All right. Well, Seth, we're super stoked to see you here again. You've come out and given a lot of us great information and a lot of hope in Hawaii because we do feel a little bit like we're left behind sometimes. We're excited to be here with all the other states, with all the experts. What can you share to just give us all hope in this fight for election integrity?
We do have good things happening across the country, not necessarily in Hawaii. But just because it hasn't happened in Hawaii yet doesn't mean that it won't. Recently in Wisconsin, there was a decision by their Supreme Court to rule unsupervised drop boxes illegal. Not only that they are illegal now, but that they were illegal in 2020. That's a pretty big deal. That's going to cripple the muling and ballot harvesting operation in Wisconsin, at least as far as going and slam dunking traffic ballots in a drop box. Now harvesting has to take place by collecting ballots and sending them in the mail, which should slow things down. Now, unfortunately for Hawaii, you have all mail-in ballots happening now, which really I can't think of a more pleasant place in November to stand in line and cast a vote, given that your population grew by less in the past decade than it had in any decade since the 1940s. I don't think those lines should be that long either. Doesn't stop record voter registration numbers all across the islands, though.
Right. And then I know we've talked about this, and definitely for us, it's a big deal with the mail-in ballots. They put those in place even before COVID. They didn't even need the excuse of COVID to switch us to all mail-in ballots. Didn't really make any sense. Supposedly, they're trying to encourage more voter turnout, which, to your point, like, what's even the argument? And it's not exactly really what we're seeing. But what I did also want to ask you, just curious, they are going to be talking a lot about the machines here. What's your opinion on the machines?
So anything that can be connected to the internet can be hacked, can be compromised. Machines have a pretty long track record, and it's not specific to any particular vendor. Anybody that wants to chase a vendor, well, that's not really a good idea, because machines that can be connected to the internet can be infiltrated. We have the Antrim County report from DePerno's team in November of 2020. You have the Mesa County work from Mike Lindell's team, Jeff O'Donnell, and you also have the work of Dave Clements out in New Mexico with Otero County. You also have a smoking gun, in my opinion. If you were subpoenaed by a state legislature and you refused to comply, what do you think would happen?
I'd have to do it or go to jail, I guess.
You'd go to jail if you didn't comply. So why is it that the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors is subpoenaed for logs, routers, and other electronic elections equipment but refuses to comply if they had every opportunity to get out from under this 800-pound gorilla that had been on them for 10 months? I think it's a pretty obvious answer.
Yeah.
So machines need to go away in favor of hand-counted paper ballots.
Right. Awesome. Well, hey, Seth, thank you so much. We appreciate you always, your time. Yeah, I'm going to try to reach all the way up here to hug. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Andy.